You are very tall. Your tallness reaches far, far beyond this earthly plane, far beyond the dimensions that are normally perceived by most humans. Your height reaches from the third dimension to the fourth dimension, to the fifth, to the sixth, and so on. Every time you listen to your heart, every time you trust your inner voice, your inner knowing, every time you trust, every time you take a step forward, it is an extraordinary win. Now, what we'd like to remind you of today is something that you knew and fully understood before you incarnated and manifested yourself here in the earth realm. But you knew in coming here that you would forget. It's part of what has to happen. Your being, so infinitely wise, so infinitely powerful, has to, when they enter the earth realm to incarnate as a person, they have to step down their vibration. However, something very impressive and very exciting is taking place in your life. And I know it is because you would not be seeing this message otherwise. Our universe and reality just does not manifest in this way. It's not ever an accident. It's never by mistake. Even though you had to forget these things in order to come here, there are no rules in this reality that say you cannot remember what you once knew. There are no rules that say you cannot tune into and access the taller parts of yourself that still exist. You exist still in the fourth dimension, still in the fifth dimension. You are in all dimensions simultaneously. Imagine living your human life only ever using your feet. You're not allowed to use your legs. You can't use your torso, arms, hands, and you're not allowed to use your brain either. You only use your feet. Do you see how limited you are if you were just feet? So many humans are restricting themselves to a third dimensional consciousness, sometimes tapping into the fourth dimension. Usually when they are in a flow state or doing something they love, they lose this track of time and they become the present moment itself. They find themselves in the flow. They start channeling in higher energies and wisdom without perceiving it. What we'd like to do is remember that a taller aspect of ourself, a real, very real part of our being exists, and we want to tap into them, and they are in the fifth dimension, waiting for us to use them. Use them to our advantage in this earthly world. Because when you tune into your fifth dimensional self, it's just like finally gaining access to using your arms, hands, and head. You have access to doing so much more in your life, in your reality. Do you understand this analogy? Understand that there is a much taller part of you. You have more limbs. You have more thought capabilities. You have higher vibrational abilities, psychic inclinations, understandings, wisdoms, and ability to manifest things into reality in ways that you don't even understand until you begin to bring your attention and awareness into the taller aspects of yourself. You understand what we're saying? We would like for you to have access to your whole body. It's time now to become alert and aware of the next height to who you are, your fifth dimensional self. Here's some things to know and understand about this. Living from 3D, sometimes 4D, it's very fixed. It's lots of objects moving things around. When you need to get something done, it takes an intense seriousness. It takes effort. It takes a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of getting up as the human character that you are and making things happen. Nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong at all. Fourth dimension, we take the step up. Those of you, and I know you are living in this fourth dimensional consciousness primarily, experience still the 3D because we exist in all places simultaneously. Still, even though in this 3D still moving around and doing things, you find that you're in the flow more. You seem to just be inherently good at most of the things you try. Other people around you wonder, how are you just instantly good at that? How are you just instantly good and intuitive at so many things? You seem to just know things in the moment you need to know them, and you don't know where you're getting this information or wisdom from. Welcome to fourth dimensional consciousness, my friend. We know that this is where you are primarily living in. You're in the flow. This is a very profound and powerful state to be in, and it's why there's so much synchronicity in your life. Now, what happens when we step up to our remembering of our fifth dimensional self is that life itself begins to feel very dreamlike indeed. Everything becomes extraordinarily malleable, very malleable indeed. Suddenly, things that you do don't require willpower. They don't require effort. As a matter of fact, you're living in such a pure state of joy and bliss. You feel so much love for your life in fifth dimensional consciousness. You are like a child on a playground. You don't have to worry about food. You don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about what other people are thinking about you. You are a child at play. This is what fifth dimensional consciousness allows us to experience. This pure childlike state of bliss. Everything is ease. This is your dream. It's a game. You play it the way you want. This is what it feels like for those of you now tapping into fifth dimensional consciousness. And I know that if you're seeing and hearing this, you've tapped into it already, haven't you? You've felt these states before. Your manifestation of this video and this channeled message coming to you is profound in its implications. Because the more and more you choose to enjoy your life, play, enjoy it. You don't have to worry about all these things. And it scares you to be around these 3D energies because it makes you wonder, oh, maybe they're right, and I've got to take it seriously too. But what we hope to help you to remember is what you knew before you came here, that the more you play, the more you love your life, the more you enjoy things, the more abundance and power you experience in your life. When you are at play, when you are emanating 5D consciousness, where it is clear to you, genuinely in your perception of things, that you are living in a dream, that the real you is this being, this entity, this vibrational accumulation of source consciousness, which is what is now speaking you today. And that is something we know you recognize because this voice is your own. There's a reason that it feels familiar and sounds familiar. There's a reason that it brings about awareness, remembering, your own intuitive activations happening as you tune to the frequency of this message. It is because what you are tuning to is a higher aspect of yourself. Now, as you tune to this higher aspect, you begin to channel in these fifth dimensional energies. The cells in your body literally rejoice and upgrade themselves to match this new vibrational reality. And you see very clearly that this is the dream. Your human life is a dream. It is a dream you are having. Who you really are is spirit, dreaming that you are a person right here, right now. Fifth dimensional consciousness is activating in your life. Your reality is becoming very lucid, and we know that you've been experiencing much more synchronicity, much more malleability in your day-to-day activities. The more space between your thoughts that you experience, where you're not thinking so much, you're not taking things so seriously, you're not pushing so hard to make things happen, that part of you that feels the need to be someone important ceases to exist because it fades away into the acknowledgement that that was just an unconscious nightmare you were living. The need to be important, the need to have everything figured out, the need for this, the need for that. Need itself vanishes when you realize that who you really are is dreaming yourself to be here as an explorative experience, to be here now, to live it and enjoy the dream. Now, as you connect to this aspect of yourself, which just by listening to this message, you are tuned to the frequency, we know you are feeling this energy building up. What we ask is simply that you feel it, enjoy it, allow this presence that we know you are now feeling to become bathed in your reality. Because as it does, everything becomes easier because it is now responsive. It is now conscious, your life, that is. Instead of living an unconscious nightmare where you're constantly trying to work things out and make things happen and be important and worrying about what other people are thinking about you, you're simply claiming the dream for yourself. You're doing what you want to do in this lucid reality that is ultimately responsive to what it is that you are vibrationally offering from the fifth dimensional level. What we are speaking about here today and what you are tapping into and unlocking and activating within your field right now, this is going to change your life, and you know it. You feel it. There's a reason you were called here to this moment. There's a reason you're listening. There's a reason you're feeling this energy right now, because you are transcending. But that doesn't mean that you're leaving human reality. As a matter of fact, what is happening is you are more present in your human reality right now than you have been many times before. Because while you're in your head busy trying to become something, busy trying to make things happen, that's not real life. That's an unconscious nightmare of you not being able to claim this moment and live it the way you want to. You see this. We know you do. And we know that you're feeling it, and we know that you're listening. And we can see you right now. And we hope it doesn't scare you. It shouldn't. We know who you are, and we know how well you've been doing in your life lately. We encourage you to keep trusting the voice within you, keep following your joy and living it and claiming it for yourself now. And those worries about finances and what other people think, these are some of the most common worries we feel some of you are considering in your vibrational fields, even right now in this moment. Will I be supported? Will things work out for me? Yes. Yes. As a matter of fact, things are going to work out for you because you are claiming your life for yourself, because you are being who it is that you really are. That is what opens the door to true abundance. That is what allows finances to flow to you. That is what allows great friends, romance, adventure, anything you could possibly dream up from the level of your source of who you really are, which is who is speaking to you right now. We ask you simply, tune into your heart. You know what is there. You know what is next for you in your life. Are you courageous enough to move forward with the trust? And remind yourself that that doubt, that fear, it's just the unconscious nightmare. How about you claim this dream as a lucid, fantastic, beautiful, beautiful experience? Because you are the dreamer, and this entire reality is your dream. Even me, here, right now, speaking to you, you're dreaming me into existence. What will you do next? What will you do next? Thanks for being you, for your being here in your life and claiming it for yourself serves the infinite creator more than you could possibly understand. Claiming your life for yourself, being here now in this moment, loving and enjoying every moment of it simply by living it the way you feel called to. The implications, the ripples vibrationally that seep out into the universe and the other dimensions and reach the taller and taller versions of yourself, it is so rewarding to who you really are. And we want you to know that you are absolutely worthy and deserving of living an extraordinary life. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing broken in you that needs to be fixed. You do not need to be healed. These are all limiting ideas that come from the unconscious nightmare. You are here right now in this moment, the all-powerful infinite creator perceiving itself through your eyes, dreaming this video and this conversation into existence. All of the walls around you are of your own making. Everyone in your life, everything that is happening in your reality, it is all you. What will you do next? That is our question to you. What will you do next? If you know somebody that this video would just be so awesome for them to be a part of and to experience, please send it their way. We thank you for helping to get this consciousness message out into the world. And if you'd like to take part in monthly live streams and check out our other services we offer, Simply check the description of this video and investigate the links for yourself. Thanks. Much love to you, and we hope to see you in the next Vibes and Frequencies video.